Okay. All right. We're going to get started. Everyone, just getting the stream ready. So the TV screen will always be a couple seconds behind of what we're saying. So because it's live stream. So just give us time. We'll change a slide and then start talking to it. But anyways.
Welcome. All board members are out here. Welcome to the 2025 Spring Reps meeting.
So let's go to the slides.
Intro, board of directors. You know most of us. There's Mr. Andy Carter right here next to me. But Andrew, you want to come up really quick? Our newest board member, Mr. Andrew Levitt. Can you be seen? There he is.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello. Eventually, the stream will catch up with us. Just keep going.
Go ahead and kick it. Okay. So there's the board of directors along with our newest member, Mr. Levitt.
Should I sit down? I can sit
Introduce
down.
yourself.
Yeah.
Sit down. Go
Where
ahead.
are you from?
I am I can't hear you online.
I'm from.
Oh, okay.
I'm originally from Rhode Island, but I've been in Los Angeles, California for many years now, probably more time there. Live in El Sereno, which is near Pasadena, Highland Park, and I'm president of Eastside Brewers. Anything else?
Yeah, Eastside, that's the bragging rights champions. You want to change the page for me?
Sure. Go to the next page. Okay.
Here's the KOA map. I know you guys are all familiar with this. Just when it comes up on the screen.
It'll take a minute. Yeah, it'll take a couple seconds.
I know it's been a tough year because of the closure of Arroyo Seco. It's kind of a pain for all of us. But it's just 1 year. We got to look to the positive, which is next year, those unpowered sites will all be fully powered. Many more cabins if anyone's interested in cabins. So again, thank you all for being patient with us through this call out. We know it's difficult, and we try to do the best we can. And I know we got every club at least on site, so we're all there. So we should have a good time. The overflow will be interesting, but I have a feeling that's where the party really is going to be. We'll see.
Just checking here.
Overview Friday. Like again, for most of you, this will be pretty much unchanged as we wait for the screen to catch up.
This was faster back when we did it at where we were at Wild Barrel. The screen would update a lot faster at Wild Barrel. It takes like 5 seconds. It takes actually time now. So,
but basically, to remember, we're hoping to have clubs set up ready to go at 2:00 on Friday afternoon. Typically, we get it done earlier than that, but 2:00 is what we're kind of committing ourselves to. Ice service about 2:30. Once again, ice service is you'll get in your check-in packet a certain number of ice tickets that you need to hand in when you get your ice. And if you want to buy any more after that, you can buy more from us. 5:00 shuttle service begins. By 5:30, we'll have festival check-in. We're hoping maybe a little earlier than that. We'll see. Remind your clubs, please, and I know from Long Beach in the past, I've had problems with members. Your ID needs to be state legal and in date. So please.
We'll do that a second time.
Yes, drill that into people.
I've done this for too long now. A second time, you got to bring your legal in-date ID. A legal ID is an in-date ID. U.S. military passport is all fine. Every year, and I'll say it, so I have to say it, every year, someone will bring their credit card. They'll bring their grandmother.
A Xerox copy.
Expired license. Temporary. I will say this. You don't need your real ID. This is not an airport. You don't need a real ID, but you do need an in-date ID.
Yeah. Thanks, Andy. 6:00 will the craft pro pour will begin, and some of the clubs you are entitled, if you want your club is ready to set up and wants to pour, they are more than welcome and allowed to. From 6 and 7, we'll drop off bragging rights entries. This year, as we know, it's anything experimental, but we want something that's California specific. So have fun with that. Do whatever you want with that. But it should be a good time. It'll be interesting for us to judge them, though.
As always, no illicit substances.
Yes. Thank you for that. That all ends at 9 o'clock, and then we clear things out for the next day, and everyone goes back to trick or treating. Pro Pour, as we wait for it to come up on the screen. We're working on more breweries. CBC is that week, which makes it difficult because a lot of the breweries are busy. Yeah, I feel like I need the Jeopardy clock in.
We do. We should bring the Jeopardy clock back. Yeah.
So right now our confirmed are, well, once again, let me thank Solaris is coming back. Thank you for hosting us. We love coming here because we know the beers are wonderful. So Akash Brewing from here in Temecula is going to be out serving their beers. And then Brown Soul, which is a former yeast cider, is going to also be, you're still a yeast cider.
You're always a yeast cider. You're always a Vibe member. You're always a yeast cider.
I think we've got a pretty good slot on 2 or 3 more breweries, but we're still waiting for confirmation.
Well, I'll update the next slide and I'll speak a little more to the breweries. One thing with the breweries this year, we do it every year. There's always some other event that collides with us. Sometimes it's Stagecoach. Sometimes it's a professional meeting of brewers. This year just happens to be, they're going to be on the other side of the country. They can't fly back in time. So that is the thing. But in the end, we do want breweries that want to commit to pouring and serving homebrewers. That's like a huge, obviously, the part of this. So we're happy that people that do want to show up because they're committed to homebrewing. And I will say in general, there are breweries that are starting to fade away from the more commercialized professional side of it. So they're more willing to help us out because they see a much better return on investment in helping us out. So it's a work in progress, but yeah, we're working on more breweries. We probably have 4 more on the fence. So we just need to confirm them.
Yes. So here's the layout. I know you're all, again, familiar with this. You gonna pull that close?
Yeah, you want it closer?
Yeah, so I can see what I'm looking at.
Oh, sure.
Again, you'll pull in just in front of the porta potties by the pool, where the check-in booth is. That's where you'll get your packets as you come in. We basically hand them out and sign them out to whoever the first from your club is there. You'll have your ice tickets. You'll have signage and stuff about the rules. That's pretty much it. And your assignment location. For your booth location, I mean, 90% of the cases, you're going to be exactly the same spot.
Hey, Ray, the only problem with that formation right there is where the little turns are. There needs to be a gap because everybody puts their easy up out and it's square and it doesn't fit in the round turns. We had a bunch of overlap last year. So at the 2 points of turn, if you get gap at like 3 or 4 feet.
So let's just identify it at 9 o'clock. The exit on the west side, where you're there was and you're driving into the Pro Pour. Yeah. So let's just take that action. We're usually good about making sure that's good when we get there. This map might not be precisely what we do, but in the past, we just want to make sure it doesn't get necked out. Yeah.
Oh, was it yeast cider's fault? Was it that the problem?
Sometimes, so for the people at home who have never gone to Fest or don't know what we're talking about, on the map on the screen right now at around 9 o'clock, that's the exit. We have more slides to talk about how to get in and out of the Fest. People leave their cars, they go see their friend they haven't seen since last Fest, go get a double IPA. You got to come back and get your cars out. But the main thing is not setting up the pop-up so that you can't leave. That's a huge deal. So all right, we'll go let the slide load in a minute for volunteer stuff.
While we're waiting on it, Dana, how are we doing on volunteers?
We need about 24 volunteers.
So those who are listening in while we wait for the slide update, we do, if you want to attend for free, you have to be a member, that's $10, but you just have to donate 2 hours of your time, sometimes starting Friday morning through Sunday morning. It's real easy work. But we do start the volunteers. What time on Friday?
We start early on Friday, I think about 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock on Friday, yeah.
Something like that.
Here we go. So yeah, volunteers.
You can still volunteer.
Yeah, you can still volunteer. We'll reimburse your money.
We'll reimburse you or move your ticket, whatever you want.
Yeah. So volunteers, check in at the main entrance, please. Please be on time because we got people leaving. I think that covers it. And then Dana here will guide you to your duties.
I mean, Dana, do you want to speak any more about volunteers this year? So while the next slide loads, Dana will wax poetic about volunteers.
So they
First off, this is all volunteer event. So all the board members you see here, we're all volunteers. Everyone who helps set up. We do have a couple of vendors we bring in, like there's a vendor who sets up the tents, but the lights and the trash cans and everything else, just setting up the fest site and tearing down the fest site and then operating the fest, it's all volunteers. So we really need your help to help show up and to help us keep this fest going. Some of the shifts are real easy. If you bought raffle tickets, you see the volunteers who are selling the raffle tickets or selling the merch, or the people who are signing you into fest. That's another volunteer activity. So if you have, if you feel like you have a little bit of time during fest, we'd love it. If you have a little bit of time before or after fest, we'd love it. Just go to the CHA website and there's a volunteer sign up there. If you've already bought a ticket, we will either refund your money after the fest or we will turn those into raffle tickets. My story is that I was a volunteer one year and I turned my volunteer hours into raffle tickets and won the grand prize about 10 years ago. So my homebrew system right now is one of the grand prizes from SCHF before I was a board member, and I love it. It's
Before,
great.
that's the key, before he was a board member.
Before I was a board
Nothing
member. Well
hanky went
before I
on
was a
there.
board member, before it was a little inkling in my eye. So if you at all have time, we appreciate your volunteer activities, and you can either email any board member or, more importantly, just go to the CHA website, and there's a link there for volunteer sign up.
Perfect, thank you, Andy.
It's Dana.
Dana.
That was
and
Dana.
That's,
I know there's a lot of similarities.
There you go.
Double target.
Okay, club check-in, like I said, we say be patient with us. 2 p.m. is our target. Knock on wood, we typically get open sooner than that, but you never know what's going to happen, especially if the weather's shitty or something. Every club must check in. One of us will be standing in that little drive-through in front of the check-in booth with the packets that as you come in, we'll check you in. The packet will have the schedule for the weekend, reminder of the various pouring rules, and your ice tickets, which I think is probably the most important part of it. And you can get more ice tickets at the raffle/merch booth if you need them. Again, our most important part of this is traffic flow. We need you to please, you're gonna pull in with your car and unload. Please unload and then move your vehicle out as best you can. I know we all wanna hang out once we get our stuff unloaded and chat with our friends, have a beer if they're ready, but it really makes it difficult for people, especially as they go around the corner and they can't get through. So we please, 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 just unload as quickly as possible. Get your car moved out front and walk in. 2:30 we'll start ice service. Ice service, you'll see the volunteers out. That's one of the great ways we use volunteers. If we move to the ice, not yet, but I can still talk about it.
You talk about ice, yeah.
It's every hour on the half hour. So 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, etc. You have to have a ticket for your ice. I changed it in the memo because it used to be 20-pound bags, but because of shrinkflation, as we are all familiar, is now 16-pound bags. Sorry. And who knows, maybe it'll be even lower than that this year. We don't know. Your club booth. Excuse me. You can move the tables around. Each booth, you'll get your big tent, your 10 by 10, and a table. Please make sure that table stays at least, you should be 10 feet off the fence to give you room behind it to stack your things, for people to chill out. You can have a shade pop up in front of your booth. There are a couple places where there's major trees. I know in front of Long Beach, I can speak specifically, you can't really get a pop up. No furniture in front of the booths. I know we want to set up barrels or small tables and stuff, but it just messes with the flow of people. So please, no furniture in front of the booth.
Oh, no open fires,
Yeah.
no cooking, no flammable ingredients on your booth. We do provide electricity. Let's shout out Horse Thief.
Who haven't shown up yet, but you know.
Or just they're not here yet.
No.
Let's see, they haven't accosted me
Right.
yet. But Horse Thief, a couple guys, they've been setting up electrical, helping us with electrical for like 5+ years, so that every booth can do electricity. So if you get like a crock pot, I'm cool with that, but no open flame behind your booth, please.
Okay, 5 o'clock campground shuttle service will begin. The map, once it comes up, we'll show you the location. Ignore the Arroyo Seco, we're using the same map. But there is a shuttle stop out in the parking lot area where the overflow parking is, or overflow camping, excuse me. For those listening in, we do have shuttles running. The Motel 6 shuttle but do they run? Is it just Saturday those stuff runs?
It's only Saturday.
Only Saturdays, but we are to accommodate people because of the camping situation. We have the typical Motel 6 shuttle, but there are 2 campgrounds, Dripping Springs and Oak Grove, I basically it's called. We're running the shuttle on Saturday from those locations. So if you have friends that still want to get in, there's probably still camping in the overflow at Vail Lake. You just have to, and I've repeated this in the emails, have to call, you should try call Wednesday through Saturday and ask for Miranda, and she'll get you set.
I'll talk a little bit about the shuttles and camping. Yeah, like we've said before, Ray mentioned, that we don't have on the screen right now is Arroyo Seco and Lower Arroyo. They're not available to us, and that is something we've known about for, a decade. And it finally came to pass in 2025. This year we want to make sure your camping is, your event attendance is safe and sound, and getting home is the most important part of this event. That's why it is a camping event. So we're going to put out an email with the official shuttle routes that are not on Vail Lake. We'll still do our shuttles on Vail Lake, but please let us know what you need. Please work with us, I guess is the point. What I don't want to have happen is someone have to take a ride they don't want to take because it's expensive, take an unsafe ride home. So please
drive your own vehicle.
Please communicate with us. Even call me, find me at the event. We will get you home safe. We don't want anything wrong to happen this event. That's the key. Safety is really number one. We don't do all the responsible beverage server things, all the meetings, all the things we apply. Safety is number one. So please reach out to us if you have a concern about your travel that night. And I hope in 2026, this will be a non-event anymore. We'll have ample camping for everyone at Homebrew Fest.
Thanks, Eddie. Okay, as we wait, but I think y'all know, check-in will begin at 5:30, maybe a little sooner. We'll see how it goes. 5 to 6. The big thing is I know a lot of you will be setting up at 3:30, 4 o'clock. At 5 o'clock or 5:30, please come out, get wristbanded, because we'll let you stay in and keep setting up throughout, but we're going to start coming around and asking, are you wristbanded? That's the key. Our license requires that part of it. So it's a 21 and over event, so we need to make sure that happens. There you go. You went too far.
Pro Pour. No, this is 5:30.
Yeah, that's
Pro Pour.
You want to go back one? I'm still talking about the previous.
Okay,
there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, you can then come in and come get ready for setup. You can hang out in your booth till 6 and start pouring beer. Go to Pro Pour, whatever happens. Again, we're gonna do valid IDs, in date, California state ID, driver's license, passport, military ID are the only 4 we really take, and we are strict about that. We have to be. ABC might show up and try to pull one on us, and if that happens,
They have shown up. We know they have shown up. We're almost certain.
That can end the event right away if we let someone in who's not properly ID'd. So we are jerks about it, but we have to be. Okay, again, 6 p.m. That's when the craft pour starts. And like I said, your clubs can pour if they want. 8:45 last call, 9 o'clock hard shutdown. Again, that's a licensing thing, and we're all ready to go back and enjoy ourselves too. 6 to 7 will be bragging rights entry drop off, and we'll be up at the front booth. Denise, raise your hand, wave. She and our friend Leslie will be there to collect your beers. We look forward to trying them all. Make sure that they're each tagged just the beer. Since it's experimental, we want to know what it is that's experimental about it. So if there's an ingredient you're putting in that we want to know, tag it, please. Your club name and the person who brews it. Yeah, that's what it is, the specialty California ingredient. 9 o'clock it all ends. 9:30 the last shuttle leaves. After that, you're walking. 10 o'clock we're locking up the gates. Okay, again, we'll have the gates open at 7 a.m. if not sooner the next morning for you to continue set up. I know some clubs don't come until late, maybe set up on Saturday morning. Again, at 9:30 we'll start ice service every hour on the half hour. 10 o'clock. Hey, Daryl, you got a minute here? Talk about RBS.
Yeah.
We get to one thing. 10 o'clock, we will once again have a mandatory meeting of going over the rules with my friend Steve Munoz. Every club has to have a representative at that meeting, but also every club has to have an RBS server, certified server. So Daryl.
Hi, everyone. So I sent an email out the other day. A lot of people responded right away, which is great. If you haven't, I'm tracking the clubs that are going to be pouring, and I'll reach out. Unfortunately, it's easier to reach out to the whole list. So if I have to send something out to everyone and saying, well, you haven't sent a name and you haven't sent a name, everyone will know. So if you have any questions about getting certification, I know it was 3 years ago, I think, that ABC switched the requirement, and we all had to, the ones that were getting the certification, they had to go through new training and new certification. Those are all expiring, at least mine was, and a lot of other people. So if you have to redo it, ABC sent out emails to those people, so they should be good to go. They should be aware that they have to get it redone. Unfortunately, you do have to take new training again and then go back and take their test again. But if you have any questions about it, let me know, and we will reimburse you for the training. So let us know if you want to be reimbursed, and then we'll take care of that.
Thank you. That reminds me, I still need to redo mine because it's been 3 years.
So do I.
At 11 o'clock, we'll do announcements, including Club of the Year and our bragging rights winner.
Want to go?
Excuse me, I was still, well, you can do it. We do have 2 talks again this year. I'm really excited for them both. At 11:30 will be our very own Andy Gamlin from Society du Lambic.
Usually here at the meeting.
Yeah.
Surprised Andy isn't here.
We'll be doing a talk about adding fruit to beer called Fruitful Brewing. And then 12:30 is kind of exciting. We got Hugo Picard from Fermentis is flying in from Germany, right? France, thank you, I'm sorry, to talk about interactions between yeast and hops. So this should be an exciting talk. So I'm really looking forward to that. Not that I ever get to see him.
His emails, he's like so excited to do this. Like he is stoked to come to this event. So pretty cool to get like an expert, professional guy, commercial guy to come out and talk about it. So very cool.
Yes. 2 o'clock, we have a brand new band coming out for the first hour called Shambhala. So we're really excited about them. Then at 3:30 will be the boil over where we'll announce, I guess that's where we'll announce Club of the Year and then all our grand prize winners. We'll do our raffle. And once again this year, if your clubs have something they want to spend a couple minutes talking about, please let us know. We'll give you the mic for a couple minutes to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Do you want
To announce winners.
Do you want to trip now? Or
Triple B. It's on the next one.
Okay, next slide. Okay.
Oh, maybe not. No, never mind. That's good. We'll keep going.
Okay.
Like I said, 7 a.m. the gate should be open. Hopefully, maybe even a little earlier than that. Continue your setup. People that came in late with their kegs can get them dropped off. Please do not serve beer until gates are open at 11. However, if you bring cold brew or something, we'd be very happy about that. Cold coffee brew. Next slide.
I did ice services.
Ice service, yeah.
So just-
Oh yeah, 9:30 is when the new ice service will start again every half hour on the hour. 10 o'clock is our mandatory reps meeting and alcohol server training. So make sure you have one member of your club to attend.
Every year, someone doesn't show up, and I have to talk to them very sternly. This is the last year I'll be allowed to do this. Please do not be that club. That's all I'll have to say about not showing up to the mandatory, keyword mandatory alcohol training.
Please make sure you don't have to talk to Andy. Just saying it. Get him later in the afternoon when he's had a few beers.
That's not better for you.
Yes, we do take this seriously because we can get a lot of trouble. This event could end if we screw this up. So 11 o'clock festival starts. We'll do announcements. Like I said, just prior to that, you're welcome to stay inside the gates, but you got to have your wristband. We'll go around and check that stuff. First 2 talks, 11:30, Andy with Fruitful Brewing, and 12:30 with Hugo. And the first band at 2 o'clock. Then at 3:30, we'll do the boil over. Once again, we have a wonderful grand prize. What's the system?
Details in the grand prize system. It's the grandfather.
Grandfather, that's what it is, plus
Yeah.
many others.
G30. Nice.
But we do have a brand new grand prize. Trips Beer Excursions are giving away a trip to Germany. So we have Trip online with us, and he wants to speak for a few minutes.
All right.
Hello, Southern
Can you hear us?
California.
Yeah, here I'm
Homebrewers.
gonna point you to the audience so they can hear you.
Okay.
Go for it.
Hello, Southern California Homebrew Clubs. Trip Closer here with Trips Beer Trips. I'm excited to be a part of this particular program, and it was all instigated by Tiffany. She reached out to me and asked if I wanted to participate. The big answer is yes, I do. A little bit about Trips Beer Trips. I've been providing exclusive VIP beer excursions and trips in the United States and in Germany since 2009. Primarily, initially, only with people in the beer industry, but because of Julia Hers mentioning to me that virtually every craft brewer started out as a home brewer, that I then thus cast my net wider. With that being said, and the change in demographics and landscape and so on and so forth, I have developed a new program called Trips Beer Excursions, and that is still a very detailed and experiential beer travel. But in particular, I've got 3 excursions offered in Germany in early August, middle August, and early September. And the idea there is to have limited amount of people, total of 20. So it's not a 75 people on the bus, 75 people off the bus, but it's also kind of designed especially for home brew clubs. If you're looking for a common cause to rally around, group activity and so on, what better way than to do something like this? I can provide everything. I make it turnkey. So my commitment to Tiffany and to the Southern California Homebrew Club Association is to offer one grand prize, which is a 1 Trips Beer excursion trip, and that value is $3,295 as a raffle winner, and I will be lucky enough to pull that winner out of the drum and announce that. Just before I go any further on that, I'm also committed to the National American Homebrew Association. I will also be involved in Kansas City this year for the announcement of the National Homebrew Club of the Year. So maybe one of you guys' club from Southern California might also be a lucky recipient of the National Homebrew Club Award. That particular award is going to be a free Trips Beer excursion, but more importantly, and what makes me different, or what makes Trips Beer Trips different than other beer companies, is I have a very significant beer educational program. The other free trip that I'm going to involve, and that will be for 2026, will be for sensoric training taught in English at Weinstefan, the world's oldest brewery. It'll all be taught in English. So one lucky club will receive an educational trip and a beer excursion. One lucky recipient in Southern California will receive a Trips Beer Trip. And then I'll, of course, be there to answer any questions. More importantly, again, I want to reiterate that I have the ability to provide a custom beer trip itinerary if a particular club or a group of people from different clubs want to get together and they have a specific idea of an itinerary where they want to go literally anywhere in the world. I can provide that. I can lay out an itinerary, price it out, and then let you guys take it from there. Or you can rally around some of the existing group Trips Beer Trips and Trips Beer Excursions, all of which are on the Trips Beer Trip website. Andy, Ray, do you guys have any quick questions, or does anybody have any questions from the crowd?
I do want to point out to people, if you win this trip, it is a double occupancy, so you'll have to find a friend to buy a ticket, and your airfare to Germany is on you, right? Is on the person who wins, right?
Right. So, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So one thing is, on any trip, no matter when it is, regardless, is that the individual will be responsible for their airfare there and back. I don't get involved with that at all. However, virtually everything, once you touch the ground, and I'll just use Munich as an example, once you're on the ground in Munich, I pick you up either in my own van or a motor coach with a guide that I have trained and worked with in Germany speaking English. And then basically you sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. All ground transportation, all lodging, shared beers, shared meals, includes breakfast, any brewery tours, beers at the breweries, all included. If there's any entrance fees for any cultural events that we do along, that's all included. To kind of joke about it, especially in Germany, I say it includes about everything except for the Lederhosen and Drendel. Obviously, you would have to buy your own personal souvenirs, but it's a pretty cool deal, and also allow plenty of free time for you guys to sniff around as well.
Awesome. Trip really thank you for providing this. This has been it's a great opportunity for someone to go and see where beer started, more or less, and see the styles. There's nothing like, I went to Belgium many years ago. There's nothing like going to have the beer there fresh. What we make here is a facsimile of that. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Trip will be there all weekend, so if you have any questions for him, I'm sure
We'll have time
more
after.
than happy to answer them.
Yeah, we'll have time after the raffle.
What?
Talk to Trip and maybe set up some event. So go ahead.
One last thing is that my commitment to Southern California and also to the National American Homebrewers Association is this is not a one and done. I think it's a shared mutual, you and I win. If this works out, I am absolutely committed to making this as an annual program for both of us. And that includes the national one as well. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this is not a one-trick pony.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks everyone. Anyone have any questions for Trip about the event, the raffle prize?
Excellent. Thanks, Trip.
No takers.
Okay.
Thank you, Trip.
Yep. If you want to, just go to the website and you can either message me directly there or send me an email. And then, Andy will let you know how to get a hold of me. Thank you very much. Look forward to having a beer with you starting on May 2nd.
We'll see you very soon. He's flying in, got him driving in immediately, and he'll be on site. So very excited to meet you, Trip. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. All right. Back to the show.
Yeah. Where are we now?
We're at the raffle. I'm going to move the screens around here. We'll go back to the raffle. All right. Do you want to go to the next slide?
Yeah, the next slide, please.
All right, cool. And that's the talks.
That was back one.
Nope, I'm going up. I'm going backwards. There we go. All right, so the afternoon schedule.
Okay. So afternoon on Saturday, we're bringing back, I don't know, maybe people are getting sick of them, but I don't think so. We're bringing back Your Mom Band, and those guys that I've seen in the last 2 years have been amazingly popular. Your Mom Band will be playing an extended set this year, and those guys will be finishing out the night. And then the festival will end, and we all head back to camp.
I'll talk a second about the end of fest. So I think people, especially homebrewers, are really good about pacing themselves, especially with a long event. I think a lot of professional beer events can get kind of gnarly at the end of the night, and after 10 hours or 9 hours, it can. So we really appreciate, the board really appreciates people's commitment to pacing themselves, taking care of themselves during the event. The end of the night, it is, you want them to play that encore song. You want to have that last barley wine. Really would appreciate you having that around 8:30 and then proceeding out the exit gates. We've had a long day. I'll speak for the board members. I don't have to mince my words anymore. We want to go and maybe have a nap or a beer somewhere else. So please be conscientious of us and that. And the quicker we get everyone out of the event is the quicker that we can shut it down for the night. It just really helps us out a lot. So just remember that when you're, and echoing what Dana said about volunteerism, we've been there all day. We have paid staff, but the event is still on us. So just when we're thinking the end of the night, just remember that and remind your friends, help us clear out the event as soon as possible.
Yeah, can I mention something on that? So I'm usually the big guy who has to actually go around to work the events first, reminding people to actually what time it is that we're going to be cutting people off at 9 o'clock and basically kicking people out. And I still see every year at 9 o'clock people pouring the last one. Guys, you're gonna have to throw it away before you actually exit the gate. But nothing is stopping you from on the other side of the gate just pouring something else. So we've been there for 10 hours, Is that not really worth it? Let's just go out, get out, go to your campsite, and you can know where you're at.
One more reminder, if you want to carry stuff out to start tear down, you're welcome to it, but there will be no vehicle entry that night.
Super critical. We will not let you, no one is getting in a car after 6 p.m. unless they're the band. So no one's getting in a car.
The next morning, yes, it's all sad. It's the hungover tear down. Gates open at 8. It's likely it'll be earlier than that. So please come in. Just like when you set up, please load up your vehicles as quickly as possible, get them out of the way. Especially later by 9:30, 10 o'clock, there's a lot of cars and people are trying to get out. So, and we're trying to do things like move light towers back into place and all sorts of stuff. So please, as quickly as possible. And then we're on to critical club reminders at the end, which should show up on the screen shortly. Like Daryl said, get that RBS taken care of. That includes us board members. Remind people, no sale of tickets at the gate. We will probably stop ticket sales. We're doing it Thursday night?
Probably Thursday night.
Thursday night, you have to be a member, which is the first $10, and then you buy your ticket. VIP, you can still do volunteers if you don't want to spend money on a ticket. VIP is closed, so that is no longer an option, so it's a regular ticket. We do need more volunteers, so please remind everybody that way about that stuff. And thank you. There's pizza back there.
Take a question before the break.
Question, we have one member who bought his ticket, now can't make it. Can you tell them anything?
What you can tell them, we don't do refunds, unfortunately, but they can transfer the ticket. They can transfer the ticket to someone else. If you have someone in your club who doesn't want to, we just need names for both of them. So if Joe is selling his ticket or he can't come and Bob wants to come, we can transfer that ticket to Bob. Bob will still have to get a membership though.
Right.
Yep. So we can do that for them.
I'll reiterate. So the question was, if someone bought a ticket and they can't attend anymore, what do they do? So first and foremost, this event is no refund event. There's a box you check that I instituted many years ago that says, I accept that there are no refunds. There are no refunds. So please.
Except if you want to volunteer.
Yeah, except if you want to volunteer. Once you bought your ticket, you bought your ticket, unless you're getting in another way. Say your friend says, hey, I have a VIP ticket. I have a comp ticket. I'm a part of a brewery. Yeah, okay, that's an exception. But the vast majority of people that have purchased a ticket, they cannot get a refund. They can transfer their ticket to any other CHA member. So that's the mechanism. We take that very seriously. I want to say why we take it seriously is that this event is a nonprofit brewing event. We don't have the funds to accept mass refunds after we've bought all the fences, porta potties, security, event staff, so on and so forth. So we take it very seriously. So if you're looking, you can't attend, it's a bummer, I know, but try to find someone else that you know is going and move their ticket to them.
Maybe one more sentence about how does Bob?
Yeah, sure. So if Bob, if Bob has a ticket and he now can't attend, he has to find Alice. Alice is can become a member or was planning on buying a ticket anyways. They email any board member. It'll get routed to me or to Dana. Dana and I will flip it and send all the emails to that new person.
Yep. We'll take more questions, but especially with the online people and anyone here, but let's have some pizza. A quick shout out to
All right. Hey, everyone. We're going to come back for Q&A and merch. So grab that beer, grab that slice of za, and we're going to get started. So while we're getting ready, for everyone on live stream, we'll do a couple things here. We'll do some Q&A. So if you're on YouTube, you're on Instagram, you're on Pigeon, Cephomore, Smoke Signals, please submit your questions to the chat. If you're here, please raise your hand. We're going to repeat your question just so that everyone online can hear it. So get your questions ready. We already have one question queued up, and the question came from YouTube. The question was, are we able to buy 100 consecutive raffle tickets of the same color? Yes, that is available to you at the merch booth, and only at the merch booth. We do not sell raffle tickets ahead of time. Are there any other questions in the room right now? We'll do a question now, or I'll throw it to Tiff for merch in a second. Okay, Tiffany, let's talk about new merch.
Hey everybody, I'm really excited about the new merch this year. We're continuing on with the new logo that we created for 2024 and kind of simplifying our items, but they're still really fun. So for this slide, we have a black zip hoodie with just the generic CHA logo, and it describes what it is. It's not just CHA, it'll be California Homebrewers Association. And that's printed. And at a very comparable, nice price too. Nothing too extravagant, but we do get a little chilly at night. So if 6 o'clock rolls in and you're a little cold, come on by the merch tent and grab one of these zip hoodies. And then this very fun Beer Fest VIP trucker hat will only be for VIPs who signed up before April 1st.
It's probably a little late to the game now, but yeah.
But now you see what you're missing.
And it's olive green with a very blingy, shiny gold Beer Fest VIP print on it. So another new thing, we have lifeguard hats with custom hop fabric on the inside and our CHA patch. I'm hoping for lots of sun this year so we can share some of our
The screen will load in a second, but you'll see it.
Yeah, our sunscreen that we had for sale last year, which didn't really sell because it was a little chilly. So lifeguard hats and sunscreen go hand in hand. And also another thing for the VIP bags will be this really pretty gray canvas with our new logo. Who won our new artwork, and who was our artist this year?
Garrison Smet.
Garrison
Smet, I think it is.
Smet. What club is he from?
I don't know what club he's from.
He didn't submit. I don't think he submitted a club name.
No club name? Okay, well, we'll find out. And then we also have for our volunteers, and these will be available for purchase as well, these super heavy duty CHA bottle openers.
I still have one of a Ballast Point metal one that the Ballast Point logo fell off. So extra heavy duty glue this time, but that bottle opener ain't going anywhere.
That's right. For the ladies and guys who would like a racer back tank instead of a t-shirt with a navy blue color on the left, in the middle.
As I wait to see it, but yeah.
Okay,
Coming up.
sorry.
Yeah,
It'll come.
It's good. It'll good.
And then we also have on the right the festival t-shirt. It's like a very interesting bluish jade heather color, also with the new artwork for this year's fest. And in the middle, a trucker hat with puffy embroidery in an ombre color of our CHA logo. So it's definitely a more premium hat, but it's super durable. It has like the nice stretch around the band, and it's a general homebrewer. So
There's something we've talked about for the last decade as a hat for us, and I think we captured it, which is our colors, but homebrewer, perfect.
And I'm sure you saw this on any of the e-blasts. It's a very new item. It's called a tailgate hoodie. It's complete with an embroidered CHA logo, a bottle opener, and a very fun little kangaroo pocket, hands off, for your bottle or your cup, for your glass.
We're gonna have like 13 for sale, right? Something like that.
We will have 12 or 11 for sale. So we had 9 pre-sales at $65. There will be a slight upcharge for on site, but still, I think it'll be worth it. They're heavier material. Again, it might be chilly at night, might not, but I mean, how can you go wrong with a attached bottle opener, a koozie for your beer, and a hoodie? So, and it comes in charcoal and this copper color.
Did we split the order between those
Yes.
4? Okay, great.
Yes.
So yeah, that's something I'll as treasurer, I'll just mention, part of the event, we said nonprofit status and trying to not generate so much revenue that, what do we do with the money? Buy more trailers? I don't know what I would actually do with the money if we had it, but these costs, we're trying to make it economical for you guys, but also smart for us. So we pre-sold, we did this. So this is probably the first pre-sale we've ever done. We sold 9 on pre-sale. We bought 20. So there'll be, roughly about 10, unless a board member says, hey, that looks good. And then they'll be everything is first come, first serve if it's not pre-ordered at the merch booth. So we're going to keep doing this in the future. I think this worked out well. It's simple with our Square system, just to put it online, send it out an e-blast. We already made money. We already have the money for this, which is awesome, which helps our finances. But we're going to keep doing this. And so if the feedback is positive, I only see this happening more in the future. I think that's the last merch slides. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. All right, so we'll check our old streams here. Fire up the amateur radio, see if anyone's got me on Morse code. So no more questions on YouTube. Anyone in person questions? There's got to be one about lack of campsites. Come on, come on, hit us hard. Nothing. All right. Yeah, I think I'll say. What do you want to talk? Or?
You go. Just make sure. Thanks, hilarious.
Yeah. I'll just say, real quick, my last year on the board, last 10 years has been pretty fundamental to my life. Really happy to have been a part of this event. Part of you guys, I see a lot of familiar faces from 10 years ago still supporting us and online. But I'll see you at a fest, of course. I'll still be around. I still have to run the money. I don't trust anyone else with the money. So I'm going to still be in charge of the finances, but you'll see me at fest. But really thank you guys. I really appreciate it. So with that, if you guys need any help, any fest stuff, please email us, email Ray, email me, any board member. We're here to help you. We're here for you. It is the California Homebrewers Festival. Thanks again to Solaris for hosting us. This is always a treat. And I think with that, we're going to sign off. So thanks, everyone.